Okay.
Neil, sorry. What did you say at half time?
Not much. We were feeling sorry for ourselves a little bit, so there was a bit of honesty from the lads. He led the way with the honesty as well. Just feeling sorry for ourselves a little bit because I understand it's human nature. With enough possession and territory to win the game twice over in the first half, but we'd spilt enough ball, made enough errors in the first half to lose 2 matches as well. So we were feeling sorry for ourselves, but you've no right to think that everything's going to go all your own way, all singing, all dancing the whole time. So with that in mind, we got over ourselves, and I thought we came back strong. I mean, the big picture of the game is that I'm really proud of the victory, because it was hard fought in the end against a bit of adversity. So delighted to get the win.
Quite pleasing for you to sign off with the win, especially against you.
Yeah, it's not about the wins. It's about us performing, progressing, making sure that we get over things in the right manner. It's not just about winning. It's about how this group's going to keep going forward.
Neil, how pleased were you with the impact you got off the bench in particular?
Delighted. I thought it was excellent. Some really good impact from Pete and Hendy, Gary Ringrose, 2 halfbacks. I thought Gus was excellent again. I mean, it nerves of steel for a young kid coming on in that type of pressurised situation. When things weren't smooth in the line out at times, but when he came on, he nailed everything. To score the try as well. So delighted with the impact. I suppose there's a little bit of you've nothing to lose when you're behind and the performance isn't as good as it should be. But they didn't just try to fit in; they tried to add in many departments, but mainly with the energy and the grunt. So he was delighted with the bench.
Andy, how did you feel the 2 out halves did today?
Good, yeah. I thought Sam had some lovely stuff. Made some errors, some kicks that were perfect. I mean, his touch finding kicks were outstanding, weren't they? It's a real feature. Some of the kicks that he put up in the air was obviously too long, and we needed to fix that. It allowed them to relieve a bit of territory. He's some nice play. I don't know what you thought about the quick tap. There's a water boy on that, I think they said, but the referee would give the mark. So that's nice, innovative stuff from him. But equally, I thought Jack was excellent when he came on. I thought he took hold of the game. The little ball that he put into the corner, nice weighted kick rather than just putting it out, and we got the line out from that. That really kicked us on. So delighted with them both.
Just on the first half, you mentioned the errors. Like after the New Zealand game, I think one of the first stage was compounding.
Yeah,
and that seemed to happen again.
Again, yeah.
Why do you think that's happened?
I mean, if you look at them, there were 14 in the first half. I mean, that's a hell of a lot. You obviously take the positives from being down there in the right parts of the field, but I mean, some of them were simple ball in hand, the ball's there, and then dropping them. Some of them were line out stuff. A lot of them were being a little bit fancy, not seeing the pass, just presuming that people are gonna be there. So our timing was off a little bit, but our stats over the last how many years have been really good in the sense that if we get in front early in the first half, that our winning percentage is pretty high it's not as great, obviously, when you're losing, but to be 8 points down and find a way is very pleasing for us.
Derek, then Rory Keane.
Caelan, we have to get you because you disappeared here really quickly. Look, it was a rugby start to the first game. You yourself came in for some personal criticism from a highly respected Ireland international leadership in the second half of the second game. You finished with 3 wins in your first full-time captaincy term. You scored a try and you picked up a man of the match. Could you just give us a small overview of it's been a successful November, I would have thought?
I think so. I think there's been growth from the first week. The message coming in initially was that we need to see improvement, we need to keep evolving, other teams are getting better, we need to as well, and that's been the message throughout. You've seen it in results. We probably saw it in the first half against Argentina, we saw it last week, and then against a better side today we saw it in parts, definitely not in full, but then from an individual point of view, I think the more opportunities you get to do it, the more comfortable you become with the extra responsibilities. I feel there's been some growth there over the last number of weeks, and if I get to do it again, I'm sure I'll continue to grow. I'm confident in that. But
Have I said to you that Joe Smith thought that their back row was their best unit, that Valentini and McFreight and Aaron Wilson had done very well? Is that satisfying to pick up the man of the match when you know you were actually having to do your own job as well as lead the team?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd agree with the decision, but I thought their back row was class. Yeah, they were top class, the three of them together, and it was tough for him.
Evans wasn't too bad. Josh was okay, wasn't he? And Tig as well, So it was a tough test match, wasn't it? It was physical, it was a proper test match. So fair play to Australia.
Thanks. Rory, then Gavin.
Yeah, and he was wondering, you look so potent when you get line-outs right and you strike off them. So it must be very frustrating when you see those little lapses, those little...
Yeah, we was off a little bit with our timing from the delivery to the pass from 9, just a little bit. So we were static enough. Pass was a little bit behind, and that led to a bit slow ball, and allowed them to get what they wanted. I thought they were brilliant on the floor in the defensive breakdown. It was a proper tussle there. Because the loose forwards were all over the ball, but I thought we slowed our own game down with our delivery to pass to transfer, etc. So it's something that we've been pretty good at. I think this series. I think Goody's done a brilliant job there.
Thanks. Gavin, then Jonathan, and finally with Ashton.
Andy, I think at the start of the year you spoke about the impact that Joe would have on us Australian side, and how impactful it would be. Just now you finishing off, did you get a sort of clear sense today of how formidable?
I don't need a clear sense. Yeah. I know Joe, I know what he's going to do and what he brings, and you saw it in spades today. They're always going to be, and rightly so, because the Australian sides of the past have always had a presence at the breakdown, and Joe himself, prides himself on both sides of the ball as far as the breakdown is concerned. So it was fierce there. But if you've seen the development over the last 6 months, the biggest thing for me is you're seeing the style of play to come to fruition and the athletes that they've got, but they look certainly more cohesive, fitter, etc. And that's only going to continue. I think he's now got a nice picture, hasn't he, with everyone that he's used over this season, and that's a lot. So I'm sure with the break that they're going to be looking forward to next season.
Jonathan.
You're really, really well placed to assess Joseph Sueli, given your own success in rugby league and obviously converting Lean. How do you rate him as a player before Street?
Well, as a rugby league player, it's awesome. I used to love watching him play, especially in the state of origins, etc. When he gets comfortable and he's not having to think too much, because that's where he'll be at this moment in time. It's tough transferring over, even though he played rugby as a kid. It's tough the transfer, but his skill set is there for us all to see. He's a confident kid, and he's some athlete as well. So he's certainly a good addition to rugby in general for us all to watch.
Ashley?
And it just would it be in your final match before take it for the British and Irish line?
He sounds like I'm going on holiday, like, you know. But that's not the case, I can guarantee you that.
But what are the emotions around that? And
Yeah.
are you looking forward to
I have no emotion. No, I have honestly. The only thing that matters is this autumn, and obviously there's a bit of planning that needs to be happening. But the Lions have been brilliant, as in allowing me to get on with my job. We'll celebrate the autumn and Cian's 134th cap and the Irish Fuse 150th anniversary well tonight, and what tomorrow will bring, it will bring.
So I was going to ask, I was just going to ask you about Swally as well, but he's obviously got huge.
I thought we did well on the kickoffs, didn't we? Because he's some threat there. We did awesome. I thought James Ryan was unbelievable there. So it's pretty important that when you score a try, that you exit properly after that, and otherwise it's a big advantage to the opposition. And he's certainly a threat there. We managed that pretty well.
But just, you're leaving for...
I'm not leaving. What do you mean I'm leaving? I live in Sandymount, 10 minutes away. I'm not going anywhere.
Are you going to be, you'd surely like to be able to stay on and work with the likes of Gus and Sam. You'd be excited to work with them, see their progress, help with the development of the team.
Well, they go back to the provinces now. And,
yes.
There's some massive games coming up.
Are you going to be able to just be hands off or just concentrate on the Lions, or would you be keeping an eye on the Irish
everyone?
as well?
We're keeping an eye on everyone. That's what I love to do anyway. I love watching rugby. It's something that I do constantly the whole time. So being able to have an opinion on everyone is something that I enjoy doing. So that won't change.
Okay, thank you very much. That's it. Quickly, just one last question.
First half, where did that come from? You come in form, you're kind of heavy favourites, and then kind of, very jammy or very stodgy first half. Where did that come out?
I don't know. That's the honest answer. Possession territory was good. Like we mentioned, there was a number of mistakes, inaccuracies, some due to the pressure they put on us, and they'd obviously done their homework around some of our set plays, but some were definitely in our control that we need to be better.
Okay, thanks everyone. Caelan, you're finished.